Welcome everybody and welcome back to the channel. This is a video about is basically what I call the diecast review about the brand new item produced by Burago in 1/24 scale. For me it's very interesting to have all these objects in the same identical scale. And this is the Burago 12cilindri, is the brand new Ferrari that is clearly inspired to the Ferrari Daytona of the 70s. You know, they retake the black band in front, which is also in common to the F80 car that also will be produced, because this company Burago have just the name now that is featuring the old Italian Burago from, it was a village outside Milano in the northeast suburb area of Milan, that was Burago Molgora, from a river that was the Molgora near there. And there was a very very big Chinese company that overtook the original Burago name, that was basically not bankrupt, but basically gone at the end of the 90s, and they made the company rise up again, and they divided the catalog of the stuff that producing now in diecast is a kind of low level diecast. Remember that when you deal with the China stuff, these are both the China stuff, they have excellence and they have the ordinary low level stuff. Of course, I had the possibility to work with many China businessmen in the past. As they always used to say, it depends how much you want to pay for it, because this is ultra high quality model produced by Alpha Model, and it's my Daytona SP3, which I had the opportunity to build it up, and for me was one of the nicest Ferrari ever. As you can see, I personalized it in the color, which at the end is extremely similar to what Burago originally did with the 12 cilindri, but that is another matter. But basically it is a model that costs 10 times more what you can get here. This is a model that in Europe you can have for around $20, 20 euros, something like that. And what is extremely interesting in this kind of realizations is that surely Burago, being a quite big company, as I said before, it's working with the mathematics of the company, because paying the royalty to Ferrari and Stellantis group, they surely have access to the 3D file of the original designer of the car. This means that the object you will have in all the scales, starting from the 112, sometimes also the 18, 120, 124, 143, 164, 187, is always the same file declined in all the dimensions, you know. So you basically have constantly the dimensions and the proportion that are immediately taken. If you look closely to this, the line is absolutely stunning and well taken at once. This is a modern object, so if there is something wrong, you can get it at once that is something wrong in the shape of the model, in the shape of the car. I think that basically the company had access to both this type of mathematics. The point is that this model currently is a brand new item from 2026 from Burago, while this SP3, that is a card of already I think 2-3 years ago, never existed in 1/24 scale. So if you want to have in a collection of 1/24 models this supercar, the only way is to go for this car. There is no easy way to take a die cast, like some people, like also I said back in time, you can do with the 499p to take a die cast and try to convert it. No, for the SP3 there is just this model, which in my opinion is one of the finest that they ever did, because the shape, this is a unique pieces in resin, the shape is absolutely well taken and it is fantastic, like the detail that they have. Of course they have plenty of photo etch set, the decals are fantastic, so the model is absolutely a stunner. So it's something that you absolutely need to have if you like modern Ferraris and if you have to have something unique. Now I take it apart and I keep on talking with them. I'm always a little scared to maneuver my models, you know. This is the roof that they produced. Also this was in resin with carbon fiber carbonized. It was really a pleasure to build up. You see the shape is taken, very important to maintain the line of the roof in such type of models. And and indeed, let's see better what we have here from from Urago. As I say, this is a brand new item for 2026. They have a very interesting catalog for this year, which include plenty of newest Ferrari. This was the first one, so the 12cilindri. Then it will be the time for the F80, the brand new super big Ferrari, that one that many people contested for the front end made like this one. So the brand new look of the Ferrari of the modern era is about this black spot that basically retake the shade of the Daytona originally from the 70s. I think it's Manzoni, the designer of this model, and he is the one that have this look in the front end, which in my opinion it absolutely match with the rest of the car. Many purists say, no, that don't look so nice like on a Ferrari. What are we talking about? Is a dream car. So of course everything in these models are nice, and 12cilindri is also featuring in this model extremely rare. I hope that I can show you here, and basically unpainted but quite well done engine inside. What is also cool is that if you look at the under part of the bonnet, there is the details for the inner part, and this is quite rare for a die-cast model, as well as the interior. Of course you cannot compare to the interior of such type of model, but the interior is also quite well done. Yes, there is no seat belts, there is no bucklers, there is no extra detail, but it is not that bad. It's not that bad. The only negative point which I found in this model, but this is also quite random, because very often these models are assembled in Pakistan or in Bangladesh, so in different condition. I already made some videos where I talk about the guys that are mounting this object, so you cannot expect so much. There is a little orange peel in the front end. If you go for the gloss here, the gloss gives some problems in the finishing of the car, but I mean, on a toy, basically this is a toy for 20 euros. You cannot expect the ultra level and the ultra detail that you can have on a high brand model or something made and finished by a professional modeler. So of course there is difference. As I said, just the price of the object is 10 times more expensive than this, and that's a kit, so we are talking of different stuff. It's extremely positive that they have, as I said, a wonderful shape of the 12cilindri, which you can have at once in front of your face, immediately opening just the box, as well as the wheels are absolutely well done, with the rims and the tires that are simply perfect. They also feature, like back in time, the old-fashioned steering wheel, and really working. Like a toy car. Which is absolutely missing is of course the rear part of the exhaust and so on, which basically do not exist. All the plastic parts are extremely simplified for the type of model, so here basically you pay a shell, a body shell, and the body shape that is, in my opinion, absolutely stunning and quite perfect. As usual, when I mention this type of model, I never want to bash the work of this company, because I badly respect and I buy them, so that is the best way to make them happy. I mean, the best point is that you just take them, and for me they remain absolutely object that badly worth the price that they ask for them. So, and it's quite easy to find them in Europe, so it's an object that absolutely is a must for any collector. I don't think that I will build up this car. I don't think that Alfa Model is planning to make also the 12cilindri, and it's too much a street car, and if you know me, if you know my type of models, I basically like trucks, old rusty trucks and racers, so it's very difficult that I build up an ordinary salon car, an ordinary luxury car like the 12cilindri is. I admire the precision, I admire the object, the art of Manzoni, the designer of this stuff, but it's not my cup of tea, so it is something which I will never spend my time in building up something like this for my own pleasure and for my own purpose. It have to be a racer, something a little more raw, a little more operative, as I used to say. And that's it. Model is absolutely great. The details are nearly not existing, the defined details. Just look for example the Ferrari writing on the back, that is a tampo decal, so it's basically printed over that. Instead, in Alfa Model, the Ferrari is a photo etched part. Again, too much price difference of the two items and too much different target. Also this is a model that probably will be produced in many thousands of examples. Instead, that I suspect after some hundreds of resin kits that usually became ultra rare and so on, they tend to disappear. That's it, guys. I'm just happy that I basically catch the same color. There is few light here, but you can see that the red metallic I used there is basically the same identical red, deep red metallic they used here, and I'm glad for it. That's it. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Peace.